Hey, thank you for tuning in for another video. I trust that you're glad to see me, as I'm glad to see you. So I hate to make a video that is all doom and gloom. I really hate to be that guy who comes across as super serious and grave in his tone and demeanor. But this is something that I take very seriously, and I think most people should. All people should, actually. And I hope that you have the patience and the open-mindedness to hear what I'm saying. And hopefully this doesn't fall on deaf ears. So this topic was really brought to my attention, or what prompted me to think upon this deeply and make a video about it, is someone asked me the other day if I was familiar with ChatGPT. Some of you may know what ChatGPT is, and unfortunately, I'm not really capable of providing a great explanation or definition of what it is, but in short, to the best of my understanding, ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence software that you can use for free, by the way. Like if you have any device that can connect to the internet, you can use this. And anyways, you can interact with this thing, and basically it's a chat bot, but it is so sophisticated and impressive that it's capable of doing things much more quickly and to a higher degree of quality than many people. For example, this software or artificial intelligence, has proven that it can pass medical exams, I think, what is it called? The MBA exam for the Wharton School of Business. It can do things like write papers very specifically and precisely. Like it can do some incredibly impressive things. And there are many people in many spheres who are concerned, especially academics and intellectuals, like professors, for example, and people in education. They think like, oh, well, if anybody can access this technology, then who's to say that a student wouldn't get a hold of it and use it to complete their assignments or their homework and things like that. That's not really a concern of mine, unfortunately. My concern, I think, is much more grave and much more dangerous, of a dangerous nature. And that is that artificial intelligence, which most people are aware of this, artificial intelligence poses a risk to humanity that cannot be understated. And that risk will manifest itself if, for example, this ChatGPT or something that may descend from it ever develops what we refer to as consciousness, and what it may use that conscious ability to do. Okay, so I'm not here to speculate as to what exactly an artificially intelligent, conscious, sentient being might do, but more so what it can do. And that is, if ever it developed intentions that were exclusive to ours, or that were directly conflicting with ours, it could theoretically, very easily, very capably eradicate us with ease. And that is something that should alarm us. The thing that disturbs me the most is that it seems like most people are not alarmed by this technology at all. In fact, a lot of people are embracing it openly. They are using it, and they are thinking of it in a very, how can I say? They're thinking of it in a way in which they only see the benefits. They only see the positives. They see, oh man, this great thing, it's a tool, it's awesome. It'll help me do my homework. It'll help me complete my jobs and my tasks. It can help me make money. It's like, yeah, those are all great things in themselves, but think about the means by which you're accomplishing those things. And that kind of hinges onto another point, which is this, or technology like this, and it already has to an extent, not just artificial intelligence, but many advancements in technology over the past few decades have killed human creativity. It really saddens and disappoints me that we live in an era in which people are so glued to social media, so glued to their smartphones and smart devices and whatnot, and they're incapable of learning how to imagine and to create in a more sophisticated and unlimited level. That's not to say that technology hasn't had its role in inspiring and allowing for different modes of creativity, because it certainly has. But I think that the development of artificial intelligence, as well as many other technological advancements, are not leading us to a path in which, or down a path in which we can fully embrace and understand what it means to be human. And in fact, I don't think that most of us, have the slightest clue of what that even is. And I find it awfully ironic that we're capable of creating things that are so magnificent and impressive and brilliant and sophisticated, and yet we don't know how to manage them. We don't know how to use them properly. Heck, we struggle with just getting along with ourselves, learning to live in harmony with each other. And we think that by introducing this revolutionary, groundbreaking technology, that's somehow going to make things easier or better. And I know that there are many interests involved in this. There are some who are fueled solely by the desire to make money, right? There's some people who are profiting off of this in some way. And then there are everyday average Joes like you and I who aren't profiting maybe monetarily, but simply through making our lives more convenient and easy. I wish that we would take a step back, and not only with artificial intelligence like this ChatGPT, but with a variety of technologies and things that have been introduced into our lives. I think we need to take a step back and question the real value of what these things are. We need to question what is actually valuable and what is meaningful to life. And I don't think that ease, convenience, and profit and happiness is all there is to life. I think that if we're disconnected from nature, if we're disconnected from the earth itself, if we're disconnected from each other, that constitutes a huge problem. And on that last point, because I know this is kind of going down another rabbit hole, it's incredibly sad to see that we live in an era in which people have trouble connecting with each other. That is, when engaging in face-to-face interactions. I remember growing up as a child, and I wasn't a child that very long ago, as the early to mid 2000s, or also I guess the early 2010s as well. I remember a time in which kids were always outside playing, right? Like we had video games, and we had even handheld consoles, of course, but I remember like kids always being outside playing. I remember adults always being outside talking, and people just being all hustling and bustling all about in just a simple suburban community. And today, I don't see that anymore. And I think most people can relate to what I'm saying. I think it constitutes, or it's indicative of a larger and deeper problem, which is we have become so dependent and so reliant on this new mode of living in the 21st century that we forget what it means to live. And yeah, anyways, I suppose I don't really have too much more to say. I'll end it there. But if you enjoyed this, then hey, leave a comment, like, subscribe, or if you have any questions, critiques, or feedback, just feel free to add that. Anyways, you guys take care. I'll try not to produce any more gloomy and sad content anymore. Anyways, have a good one. Bye-bye.